Alright, well, we're about to drop the subframe here. A lot of people think you can't do it by yourself. Like I said, this has been in and out of my car at least 2 or 3 times now. Most of the time I do it by myself. It's not incredibly hard. So let's get it started. We're gonna speed some of this stuff up because, you know, I gotta drink some beer and listen to some music while I do it. So let's get it going.
This is a homage beat.
Basically, so far, I haven't really gotten far, but I suppose a lot of people think you need all kinds of crazy shit to do this, but there's a nice jack point here. Normally I would go, say, up here, but all this has to come off to drop the subframe, so we're hitting pinch rails, which I'm not a fan of, but it'll do for now. Either that or I think I'd have to go in here because that's pretty solid, but this should work. We'll get the tires off here in a minute. This impact that I just got recently is going to make it a whole hell of a lot easier. But I think a lot of people think that you have to have a lift and an air compressor and all kinds of crazy tools to make this stuff happen. But I mean, I just got an impact. You know, I've done everything else with hand tools. Yeah, it's a little bit slower, but you know, if you need to get something done, it does a trick. So I guess we'll get back to it. I suppose, yeah, some people are curious, where, you know, where do you jack up on your car? As you've seen, my jack hits my exhaust, but you know, I just jack right up here on the diff, gets the job done. But yeah, basically, you can see I've already done the rear diff bushing, solid aluminum up in here. So, but yeah, I suppose, you know, you gotta take, this nut comes off. Well, first of all, you gotta take this rear part of the exhaust off. Just comes off right here on this flange. Then undo this donut here. I think there's one up here. Yeah, that's gotta come off. I don't know if there's one up here on the other side. Yeah, that one there is gonna come off. Obviously, you gotta undo this side also. The upper part for the sway bar, which I think we're getting too much glare. Holy fuck, my socket's on here. What? Oh wow, I've been missing this socket for a while, and now I remember where it was. It was up on the sway bar. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Yeah, this is the 14 mil that I've been missing for my set over here. But yeah, holy shit, I'm really surprised that that stayed on there that long. It's pretty wild. But yeah, that's these 2 bolts up here. Hold on the sway bar, that's gotta come off. These gotta come off. This nut here, up there, that holds the subframe on, and then this junk back here, gotta take this little brace off. And then obviously we'll have to undo, sorry about the lighting, have to undo the axles. Well no, because I'm dropping the diff too. We'll have to undo the drive shaft, which isn't bad for nuts and bolts. That comes off. And then basically that's it for the most part.
as you can see, maybe not so well because these tires didn't have a lot of tread in the first place. It's pretty wore over here, not so much over here. So as I showed you before, it's got a pretty good amount of camber, 3 to 4 degrees, because I have stock camber arms. So once I do these bushings, those will be going on, and then we'll have no more of this issue. I'm actually kind of happy because I figured there'd be cord showing and there's not. So that's always prime. Back at it. All right. So I forgot that I have to take the full exhaust off, I think from the downpipes back, because you will run into clearance issues, which occur here. So this part of the exhaust has to come off, otherwise you won't be able to get any of this stuff off, because it will all hit the exhaust and the subframe too. So way up there I have to take off 4 nuts and bolts, which I didn't really want to do, but I forgot I had to. So that'll be real fun.
This is a homage beat.
camera died, or it was pretty low battery, so I charged it. Kind of on a time crunch because, like I said, I do have to work tomorrow. It's after 10, and I would like to relax before I have to go to bed and go to work. So while we were gone, I removed the caliper here, hung that up, loosened the strut bolt here. Didn't take it out all the way because I don't want this to sag while I'm taking the rest of it out. I realized that taking this e-brake cable out of there is a pain in the ass. And I remembered that I would take the front of the cable off, which is like right above the midship bearing on the drive shaft. Normally, you know, these are a super pain in the ass to get off. And it still kind of was, but like I said, I've taken it out so many times that it wasn't really too bad. So I think, oh yeah, I got the drive shaft off, obviously. So I think all that's left is, there is these two bolts here, and then I got two on the other side, and then, yeah, I just gotta start taking the nuts off to lower the subframe down, get the jack under here, and get this thing off. So I can go inside, because I've already worked all week and I gotta work again tomorrow. Shop's real busy, so yeah, let's get this done and quick. And hopefully everything tomorrow with the bushings goes well. I haven't done it in a while. I've done it twice before. It's kind of a pain, but I know what I'm doing now, so hopefully it'll be a lot faster, especially at the shop.
This is a homage beat.
Yeah, sorry, I got a phone call, but as you can see, it's out. Besides, e-brake cable's caught up there, but a little finagling, a little finesse, a little bit of maybe knowing what you're doing, and yeah, you can have it out by yourself. I don't know, maybe it took me 2 hours the most, and a little bit of messing around here and there, and drinking a little beer and good stuff like that. But basically, I'm gonna end the video here. I'm just gonna, get this out the rest of the way and load it up in the car in the morning. Hopefully everything goes as planned. I'll bring the GoPro to work to film putting the bushings in, taking the old ones out and putting the new ones in. I don't know how much talking I'll be doing because it might be loud in there, but yeah, it should be good. Hopefully I can have this back in Sunday and drive it back to work on Monday. So we'll see. Well, I forgot, I should probably show you guys what it actually looks like for those of you who I guess don't know what a rear subframe looks like, at least on a rear wheel drive car. Here it is. I mean, it's pretty simple. Spring bucket here. They're already sitting. Got them over here. Yeah, not on coils yet. So the diff's sitting here. And obviously, so these are what's being replaced. This whole thing here, the old bushing, they're pretty worn actually. You can see there's a stock number on this. So fun fact, when I first got the car, I traded a kooky for it, a true kooky. On the way back, we were literally 10-20 minutes outside of town in a small town, hit the one stop sign in that town, went to pull off through it. My buddy was driving my car, and rear wheel locked up. Well, come to find out, the bolts right here that go from the axle to the diff, so this flange, all of them had fallen out of the left side besides one. So the axle flange had come up and hit this and hit the arms and just generally fucked everything up. So before I even got the car home, I had to have it towed the rest of the way home. Thankfully, I worked at a junkyard. This subframe is out of a base model 350Z. So yeah, fit perfect, no problems. The only issue was the rear diff bushing was shot and leaking, which is a common problem for these cars. And what else? So on the base model, you can see that I cut this, what do you call this, like the dust shield for the brakes or whatever, because the base model has non-Brembo brakes, so this dust shield is a lot smaller. Found that out. We were actually doing it in my dad's driveway before I lived where I'm at now, and it was late night. We're working with spotlights like that one, and I think I had 3 of my friends, and we just had a cutoff when we were like, fuck it, just hack it off so it's not interfering, and I want to drive this car tomorrow because I had just gotten it a week ago. So it's a fun fact for you guys if anyone actually cares. But yeah, that's a rear subframe, and like I said, hopefully Sunday it'll be back in, and hopefully it will. Fuck, where'd I put them? Have these bad boys in there. It's the plan anyways. So if you actually watch this, thanks for watching, and until next time.
This is a homage beat.